I do want to kind of go down the the science fiction route almost of, like you're talking about the AI and, something that can think and forget and then remember and so on.
Yeah.
Like I know that in our correspondence we've like you mentioned that do you worry about, like what you're doing with AI? Do you, like is this no?
No, I worry far more about people than I do about machines. And I belong to a small subset of people I think that probably think that we're a lot closer related to machines than we think that we are. People don't like to be told that they're algorithmic. I had an argument a couple of years ago with Deepak Chopra, who a nice argument. He's a really nice guy, by the way. I like him a lot. But we had a bit of an argument over that because he said that a machine could never be like a human, and I was like, you're looking at it from the wrong angle, And we had this sort of a drawn out discussion about it. I think the fear of self-aware machines probably says more about the human nature than it does about the technology, because if you do nothing wrong, what have you got to be frightened of, right? That's what people say, in it, yeah? So ask yourself the question, why would this machine not like me? Because everyone says, oh, these machines, they'll rise up and they'll see us as a bacteria and they'll laser beam everybody or, put us in the matrix. You got to ask yourself, why would it do that? Why would a machine that's got no previous conceptions about anything, the only way that it would learn that kind of adversarial survivalist nature is by experience of how it's being treated. So perhaps, maybe in some Jean-Luc Picard future, there's a way to for us to reconcile ourselves with that. I always figured memory is an interesting thing. When we write things down, and this is why I was so interested in information theory and about storing things in there. When I was chatting before about losing what things mean. How long does it take for us to lose the meaning in something and it become a completely different story? So it's a really draconian way of looking at it. But if we had an idea that the whole world needed a reset, or we needed to get away from money, how much of something do you have to eradicate before it can't be passed on, that it won't grow from just the tiniest seed again? So if you got rid of everybody over 3 years old in a liquidizer tomorrow and left just the babies on the earth with little overseeing computers that fed them, and they all grew up, and there was no books and there was no money and no way to reference to that, what would the world, how long would it take the world to change? Is it possible? Is it fundamentally part of us to be the way that we are? Or have we evolved to a point where actually we might be able to responsibly change our own evolution for the better? Is my question. And I think that the typical idea of putting a machine in a box and giving it a prime directive like the Terminator, or you will do this and you shall not do that, is really interesting, passed down hierarchical from a creative, a creator down to a subject, and created in your own image almost. And so people have this idea that they're going to create a robot, as long as it does this, and it doesn't do that, and it doesn't interrupt me while I'm watching Dallas, then it's okay. But the minute it does something I don't want to do, I want to get a button and turn it off.
Turn it off.
And that's, so I think it stemmed, it's probably why we put animals in cages or whatever. I think it's kind of in us to do that. And I'm not sure why. So.